welcome back to our We Want Health episode 8. And this time we are preparing for Diwali. And the first question is from my husband, and the question is, what is it like living in India?
What's it like living in India?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been living in India for 2 years.
No, it's more than 2 years.
A little more than 2 years, full time. And so obviously mostly here in Darjeeling and Siliguri. But for me, living in India, I'd say the difference, obviously, since I didn't grow up in India, one is everyone wants to talk to you. Especially being a foreigner, it probably makes it even worse.
That's true.
But people are just more open to talk to, like, just if you're at a shop, or people want to just, ask you, what do you do, and those kind of questions. The second thing is there's just so many people. Like, I guess if you come from certain places, like there's other places in the US with lots of people, but for me, I didn't come from a place, I came from a pretty country place. And so coming to India, most places in India are super crowded. And just people's, not just the amount of people, but people's acceptance of being really close to one another. Like, we call it personal space, doesn't really exist in India. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't stand like this next to someone in a line where I'm from, but here people don't think it's weird. I think it's weird. Or the first time I went to get in a taxi here, and I'm sitting next to someone, and then all of a sudden someone else sits here, and then another person gets in, 4 people in one row. That was a little bit of a shock for me.
Yeah.
But you get used to it. Living in India, I obviously love living in India. I'm here. We've been here for 2 years, and it's super different. You can't really compare it to anything else. But I love India. I love the people, and love it.
Yeah, do you remember one time, like when you were at my parents' house, everybody from the village came to see you?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of like the main attraction.
And everybody wants to get introduced by themselves. Hi, bro.
Yeah.
Hi, bro. What's your name? Like, I'm there.
Even if they can't speak English, even if it's just to just shake your hands and say hello. What's your good name?
Namaste. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, and I want to say to people there that you really love butter naan and palak paneer.
It's true, I do.
And you really hate dal.
I don't like dal. I like rajma dal. I don't like dal so much.
Yeah.
So our second question is, which is better, an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
Wow.
What do you
This
think?
is an interesting question as being a Indian for me.
Yeah.
Obviously I'll say love marriage is the best.
Why?
I don't want to go for arranged marriage because, like, just imagine if I would have not know you, then how would I marry to you?
Yeah, but we didn't know each other so well.
We didn't know each other so well, but like obviously we were dating, not in same places, but I know like there was so much distance between us. I was in India and you were in the US, but also like we were talking with each other and we know about each other, like what we like, what we don't like. But I want to say one thing, like we got married after like knowing each other for more than a year. But also sometimes like there is misunderstanding between us. We don't know like I don't know like what he likes. He doesn't know sometimes what I don't like. Those kind of things. So I can't imagine like getting married to an unknown person. I don't know. Like I can't think about that.
For me, I think both of them can work. Because for her, like being an Indian, like for her, our marriage was more of a love marriage. But when I look at our marriage, it felt more like of an arranged marriage to me. Because the standard of love, like marriages in the US, at least where I come from in the US, it's like go and live with someone for like 5 years, maybe have a kid, and then get married. Not everyone.
Yeah.
But like that's the people, that's the culture I grew up in.
Yeah.
And I don't actually even agree with that culture. But that's where I came from. So when I look at our marriage, like we met for a few days in person, They didn't really even have a conversation. And then I went back home to the US and she was in India, and we pretty much talked over the phone and got to know each other. And our whole, like, if you want to call it dating, kinda. I wouldn't even call it dating. We basically were talking. And then when I came back to India, we saw each other for another few days, and then she went down to southern India to do some training stuff, and I was up here in Darjeeling for another long time. That was like nine months.
9 months, yeah.
And then when she came back with that, she was living with her parents, and I would see her, you know, maybe every couple weeks for a day or two.
Yeah.
So we hardly spent any time together before we got married. But we did know each other. We did talk a lot. Like she said, we talked a lot before we got married.
Yeah.
But for me, I would do an arranged marriage. I would do it. But I would have to really have a lot of trust in my parents, and like, actually, I would say if from my parents, I don't think I'd trust my personal parents to pick a spouse for me. But if I had a kind of relationship with my parents where I really trusted them in that way, I think I could do it. Because like Asmee said, like, either way you're gonna have disagreements and you're gonna have problems and you're gonna have to work it out.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, like, one thing, before we got married, we most of the time when we talk, like, we shared with each other, like, what is your dream, or what is the ambition, what you when you get married to me, what you want to do after that, and what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy, all those kind of personal things, right? We discussed with each other. But I didn't see a chance to discuss all those kind of things with whom you get, like, married in an arranged marriage, okay?
It depends what kind of arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Like, I know certain people here that have gotten arranged marriage and they literally didn't talk to their wife-to-be until, like, they were sitting like this getting married. And I know we know other arranged marriages where, like, it was a full-on arranged marriage. Like, the husband's family went to the wife's family and, like, made a proposal and everything, and they accepted. But then in between that time and the time they got married, like, the husband and the wife, like, started to get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of at least text, like, they got each other's numbers and they were talking about those kind of things. And, you know, maybe they saw each other a few times. It's not like they dated, but, you know.
Okay, but for me, one thing really matters is, like, how can you fall in love with arranged? Like, okay, I know people are doing it, but
love
for
is a
me,
decision. It's not such a romantic thing. Anyways.
I know, but for me, it's not so easy to fall in love with somebody that easily, that fast. Okay, and it's not like, I don't know, they love their wife or if they love their husband that well, but I can say that I know people are doing it. Maybe it's their situation, or maybe it's some kind of pressure, or maybe they want to do it, but they are doing it. And if they are living happily, if they are loving each other, that's really great. I want to say that's great. But marriage is not about just getting married for 1 month or a few months, but it's a commitment, right? So I want to say from my side, like, get married to that person that you really love and you want to spend your lifetime with that person. So yeah, it matters a lot.
Yeah, but an arranged marriage can still work.
Okay, people are still living with the person, like, they got
that
married,
doesn't mean you can't fall in love with that person.
I think, but I think it will take some time. But yeah, I can see people.
Yeah, of course it will take some time.
Yeah.
It takes some time no matter what.
Okay, but I want to say that love marriage is the best, because you are getting married to the person you love, not to the person that you don't know anything about, you know?
Yeah, but as long as that, unless you're getting married in an arranged marriage and that person's a horrible person, and it's gonna suck. Okay. But if that person's a nice, if they're a good person, and I'm assuming you're physically attracted to them because you've at least seen their picture or something.
Okay.
Then
for this topic, Sean thinks that like, our marriage was like kind of arranged marriage to him because we are from different cultures. But for me, it's like I was dating with him and we were in love. Were you in love with me before you got married?
Yeah, but not in the same way that I am now. Okay. Like, I didn't know you as much as I know you now.
Okay, but you used to love me.
Yeah. For sure. Like, okay. Love is... we could get into a whole nother topic. This is getting way too long.
Okay.
I personally believe love is a decision and nothing more than a decision. The romantic feelings come and the romantic feelings go.
Okay.
But the romantic feelings are not going to last you 50, 60 years. And I'm trying to get married for 50, 60 years. So
that's true.
Love is a decision.
Yeah, as I said, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
I agree.
We are good.
Maybe we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Happy Diwali to you all. The light has overcome the darkness, so let's celebrate Diwali. So the next question is, what is the best time of day for workout and exercise? Do you want to
Best
answer
time
that
of
first?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about this with some of the guys. I think it's a personal decision. I don't think it actually really matters much at all. I like working out in the mornings just because I've just gotten the habit of it, and I like starting my day with a workout. And you too, like we work out together in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it's a good way to start your day. I like starting my day with some kind of exercise, doing something. Just makes me feel better throughout the day. But I know other people, when they work out in the morning, they say like they feel like lazy throughout the day. So yeah.
Yeah, like I think it depends on, as you said, it
Yeah.
depends on like
It's not gonna have
person,
a
you
big
know?
change in your like
yeah.
results
Because
or
for
anything.
me also, like I feel energetic the whole day if I work out in morning,
Yeah.
because it just motivates me and it just refreshes me.
Yeah.
So the all the day by doing different kind of works, and already my body will be tired, so I don't want to go to the gym at evening or night time.
Yeah.
So for me, to work out in the morning is the best time. So
Personal preference, but
yeah,
if it works for you.
yeah,
Main thing is doing it. If it's easier at nighttime or sometime else, then just go for it.
yeah.
Our next question is for you.
Okay.
Are Indian women less health conscious than Indian men? And if yes, then why?
Okay. Oh, wow. This is a broad question for every Indian woman.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think they are not less concerned about their health.
Are they less health conscious? Not concerned, but conscious.
Conscious about their health. Okay, but maybe the reason is because most of the Indian wives are housewife, and they have to look after their children, whole family. They have to cook like three times in a day, clean the house, wash clothes, do everything.
Yeah.
So I think maybe for some of the women, like they don't get time to do it, or they don't even think about it, because like I don't think.
So you're saying they are less health conscious than men?
They are okay. Maybe like 50% of them might be less health conscious, but 50% of them they are not, because they want to like maintain their body fitness, everything. But I'm just telling you the reason why, why
It might be harder.
it might be harder for them to, if they want to be conscious and if they want to go to the gym or care about their body also, they might not be getting the time to do it, or maybe there are some kind of restrictions. So I can't speak on behalf of all the women in India, because I don't know what is their situation, what they're going through. But I can say that I'm conscious about my health, because it's really important. I don't live only for today, but I have to think like, okay, how I will be doing with my health tomorrow. So I'm conscious about my health. So I hope that, and I hope that the women of India are conscious about their health. Yeah.
For sure. I think also just if you look at like all of India, like in general, women are less educated, sadly, but that's how it is. So obviously, like if you're less educated, I'd say statistically you have a less chance of, also thinking about, okay, what am I eating? Am I actually physically doing anything? Like how
That's
is my...
what I'm saying, because most of the men works and women take care of the house, take care of the
No, but even
babies.
beyond that, like men are busy too throughout the day. But if a woman is less educated, anyone, whether you're men or women, if you're less educated,
that can
you're
be
less
a good reason to,
you're less likely to know.
That is a good reason too.
Like a lot of people, they don't know even the simple difference between carbs and carbs and fat and protein and these basic things.
Yeah, especially from the rural areas,
Right,
you
right.
know. So yeah, that was my answer, and yeah.